What is going on, Bulls Nation? Welcome back again for another video. So today we are going to discuss what happened to game 1 of the NBA playoffs against the Milwaukee Bucks right after this.
Get the lowdown on one of the most iconic basketball teams in the world. You're listening to Chicago Bulls Nation.
All right, Bulls Nation. So the most awaited time is here. The playoffs is finally here. First playoffs for most of our team, for Kobe, Zach, Ayo, Patrick Williams. We got some veterans on the team, but it's a pretty young team, at least experience-wise. Yes, we do have DeRozan, but his experience is mostly bad. He's known for choking in the playoffs and all that stuff. Vooch have made it to the playoffs, but it's not that memorable, to be honest. But Caruso is a champion. Tristan Thompson is a champion. So we got a mixed bag of players in our team. But I'm happy that we got this out of the way. So we're playing the defending champs. Possibly the worst matchup for the Bulls, other than maybe Philadelphia back then. But at this point, I would say I picked the Bucks to come out of the East. So that means we're running out. And I'm sure that's not what the Bulls had in mind, coming into the season, especially after that, beautiful run, being first in our conference and all that stuff. But hey, you deal with the cards that you're dealt with. We collapsed towards the end of the season. We lost 17, I don't know how many games it's that. It's like we're like 0 out of, against top 4 teams in both conferences, something like that. But the point is, we haven't beaten the Bucks all season long, and it didn't happen in the playoffs either. However, we showed grit and toughness. We actually competed against the Bucks against this game. Compared to the last 2 games against the Bucks, I was excited for this game. The first half started, first quarter, it wasn't looking pretty. The Bucks is just gonna run all over us, and that was the case. I think they were up 32-16 at one point. It went even up to 21 points, and I thought, oh my God, we're gonna embarrass ourselves again. And we did not. Boy, Vooch came up big on this game. Without Vooch, we wouldn't have been in the game at all, because DeRozan was cold. Zach was, has again reverting back to his old Zach LaVine. He got some moments, he got some tough shots again, but I don't want to see tough shots from Zach. I want to see something different. This team can compete against anybody else. That's always been my position on the Bulls. We are good enough to beat anybody in the league. Even though we haven't really beaten good teams, I believe that's still possible. Now, is it just the fan in me that believes that the Bulls stand a chance against the Bucks? Perhaps. Most, people in the media already counted the Bulls out. If not sweep, they're calling it a gentleman's sweep in the 5 games. And then they could be right. The Bulls could possibly be swept or win against the Bucks as well. At this point, after game 1, if we're just gonna base it off game 1, we do stand a chance. We do. Patrick Williams needs to be a little bit more aggressive, in my opinion. You gotta put some pressure on Giannis, defending him 1-on-1. Even though Giannis is a really good defensive player, but like tonight, he got into foul trouble. Might not happen again in the following game, but that means we hit him. We can hit him back. DeRozan has had a bad shooting night, and to be quite honest, he should have been out when Vooch was killing it. Vooch needed, I would say, Zach better than DeMar at that time, because DeMar is like a run killer. Vooch was getting it going, and then DeMar is gonna do his ISO ball again and clank up some jump shots. We became a jump shooting team, and those fouls were getting called in the first half. We're not getting called in the second half, but Vooch got it going. Just give it to the big guy, and I think that we could run that theme with the Bulls. Make Vooch the focal point. And Vooch took 10 3-pointers, which is way too many. after 5, and if you haven't made 50% of your or 40% of your three-pointer, maybe you should stop. Just saying. And boy, in the first half, there was a turnaround for the Bulls. In the first half, Caruso was almost a reminiscent of Keith Bogans in the first half, at least. You know, he's defending, but he can't, you know, he's not scoring and all that stuff. What a turnaround in the second half. Made some key plays, offensive foul, put Giannis in foul trouble, took a few charges, hit a big three. It was a fun game. Even though we lost, I was screaming on the TV. And you know, if the Bulls lose this series, and most likely they will, as long as it's competitive like this, I can live with that. Even though I don't want, you know, I want the Bulls to go all the way. I just don't want them to get, you know, blown out all the time. And DeMar needs to realize when somebody's hot, give them opportunity. This ISO ball is not going to work on DeMar in the playoffs. The refs are not calling those kind of fouls. Even I've seen a couple of drive from Zach, and they didn't call the foul. I think those fouls would have been called early on in the regular season, but not now. So the Bulls got to find a way to make shots, because we missed a whole lot of shots. I think we took 37 three-pointers. We got to make the refs make the call. If we keep on being aggressive in the hole, I think at some point they're going to change the tone of the game. But we got to make this dirty as well. You know, if the shots aren't falling, we got to have a backup plan, and that should be Vooch inside, in and out, stop those step back three-pointers. Like that last shot by Zach, doing that like 6 feet behind three-point area, that was tough to watch. That's the old Zach LaVine. That's the guy that we want to, you know, I don't want to make this a bash Zach LaVine, but he didn't have a good game. He hurt the Bulls in a few times. You know, he got to run. He's one of those guys that I feel that, you know, can initiate a fast break, and Stacey alluded to this. The Bulls needs to run, and it looks like sometimes Derrick Jones or Caruso, DeRozan does not like to run. I don't know, because his age or whatever the case is, but I felt like Zach could, you know, initiate the fast break. But once we get a stop, we gotta look to run first, even though just 3 guys. Look to run, as that way the defense of Milwaukee is not going to be set. Ayo, Patrick Williams, Zach, those guys, Caruso, needs to be athletes and just run the ball. But hey, overall, I don't think DeMar is going to have like a 6 out of 25, I believe, shooting night. He's going to be more efficient and all that stuff. He's going to find his groove, and I still believe that the Bulls can pull this off. Highly unlikely, but it's not like they don't stand a chance at all. You know, this is not a scrub team at all. You know, we got these guys are going to click at some point, and hopefully they click all at the same time, so we stand a chance. But again, I am happy with Coby White's performance. Overall, beautiful game by Chicago. Yes, they did lose, but you know, at least the jitters are out with his first time, you know, players like Zach in the playoffs. Hopefully they find their groove and you know, start playing better basketball next game on Wednesday. But again, let me know in the comments how you felt about this game. What adjustments need to be made. I think Billy Donovan, you know, did some pretty good adjustments here, you know, like sticking with Vooch, not, you know, pulling out Tristan at the right time and all that stuff. The only thing that I would say is like the DeMar situation. He could have taken him out earlier in the third quarter and all that stuff when Vooch was going, because he sat down Alex Caruso and Vooch as well at the worst timing. But overall, happy with the performance. The outcome wasn't there, but it wasn't embarrassing at least. But thank you for watching, guys. Hopefully you like this video. Give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're a Bulls fan. And I'll see you guys on Wednesday or maybe even tomorrow when I make another video. Thank you for watching, and until next time.